And, okay, rewind.
It's Rachelsey at the movies! Or is it?
It's Rachelsey from their couch. We saw The Irishman.
Hold on, you don't know we didn't see this in the movies, that when it was an opening short release?
Was it?
It did. It was at the movies for like a couple weeks. They delayed the release on Netflix so they could go to the movies.
I haven't heard that, so
I'll
verify that.
I know it for certain.
You'll see something on
You'll
the screen.
see. He was right here. Ping!
We saw The Irishman. It released on Netflix, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, amongst others, but those are like 3 huge names, right? And The Irishman is about a guy.
Just a guy.
Robert De Niro's character who came back from after serving in the military and then, is part of a criminal organization.
Yeah, it's a mob movie, and it's based on, I guess, actual events.
Yeah, Al Pacino plays Jimmy Hoffa. I didn't know that was going to be in the movie, so I guess I knew nothing about this going into it. What I did know is that it's over 3 hours. And so that was one of the big things. But the reason why Martin Scorsese went with Netflix is because he had the creative liberty to do what he wanted in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kelsey, what would you tell people? Go, wait, or skip? And in this instance, since it's on Netflix, go means go right now and see it on Netflix. We don't even want you to wait. Wait means like, you know what? Do this when it's comfortable for you. And then skip means the same thing. Go, wait, or skip for The Irishman.
Yeah, go. This is a great movie. What kept me going from seeing this movie before was the incredibly long runtime. But when I watched it, it didn't seem like a long movie. Like, it was really well done. I happen to know that this is basically Martin Scorsese's passion project, or at least one of them that he's been working on for years. And I thought that him being able to do whatever he wanted to do, however he wanted to make it, with the freedom of making it as a Netflix movie, paid off in a big way. The performances were outstanding, and I loved it.
I'm going to say wait to see this movie. And here's why. I think it's a really good movie. No argument with that. But it is really long, so I think you're going to have to wait to see it because you're going to have to figure out how you're going to fit this into your life. Kelsey and I don't have kids. Our schedules are really flexible, and yet it took us a little while to, pull the trigger on this one.
Spoilers, this has nothing to do with the Godfather movie. So despite the fact that there are 2 of the principal characters, Al Pacino and then Robert De Niro from the second movie, this has nothing to do with that. But it kind of does because it's about the mob.
Here's what I have to say. I didn't think this was a really good movie until it was over. So when I sat down to watch it, when it started, I felt confused. Like, I didn't understand why it was what was going on in the movie. So it starts with kind of you have like present day, and then the story is kind of told through flashbacks, but that makes it sound like it's done really well. So let me say that. It's just that I didn't understand. Like, Robert De Niro's character, I was like, okay, he got this job putting stuff like on a truck after he met Joe Pesci, and then he's stealing from those guys, but like they cover it up, and then they like what he does, so they kind of have him do some other work for them in their criminal organization, and he just grows in what he does, right? Like, and I was just confused, and then so I found where I was like, I don't understand, so it didn't really grab me, I guess what I'm saying, until Al Pacino's character came on, and it was Jimmy Hoffa, and I was like, I've heard the name Jimmy Hoffa, and I know, let me tell you this, I know zero about Jimmy Hoffa. I didn't even know he was connected to the mob, except that his death was a mystery. That's all that I knew. I had no idea any of his connection, like anything at all. So then I was like, oh, I want to know, I guess that's what this movie is about, Jimmy Hoffa. It turns out by the end that it's not. It's Robert De Niro's character. Like, it's really a look on him as he progressed, like, through this entire career from coming back from the war through the end of this, and you get to really get a deep and, like, I would say, honest, raw look at just all the things that he did and the consequences of that.
Well, and also the main consequence of the film was the deep regrets that he had, and it's because it goes all the way towards the end of his life and offers a look at what that stage of life can be for people, for people that make choices in their life, right? That they have to live with. And so I thought that part of the film was moving and gripping, and it's the kind of thing on film and in art that in our culture we typically don't want to look at. We don't want to look at old people thinking about the past or whatever.
Well, and just to clear, so you're referring to that the present day that the story is being told from is him being interviewed from inside it looks to be a nursing home or assisted living place.
Yeah.
And he's very, like, elderly.
Doesn't have a relationship with his daughter.
Right. So, like, it's probably lacking, like, quite a few relationships. Yeah. But, like, that's how we get, like, the whole story is from him and his old age finally, like, sharing everything. Right. Because most of his life was a secret, right?
Well, because otherwise, then this movie is just another story of being fascinated with the mob or the mafia. And that's fine. Like, I like those movies or everything. But this was more than that. It still had all that in there, and it was all really interesting and very well done. And you have some of the greatest actors of our time doing their thing in the genre that they're best at, and a great director doing the same thing. But on top of that, I felt like it had another layer in the movie, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I would say the one place where I felt that the movie fell short was in displaying his relationship between him and his daughter. It seemed like they really wanted that to be a big part of the film because it comes up over and over again. But I thought, especially once she was an adult, it didn't hit the mark for me. But it was really, really good otherwise. But, if they could have just done something there, it could have been more. Because I guess I didn't care so much about her. Like, it was hard for me because I thought the idea was to really get, like, the drama of that relationship, and I didn't really feel that. This was an episode of Rachelsey from the couch.
But we're not on a couch. We have one downstairs, obviously.
Well, it's Rachelsey from the couch instead of
I guess
Rachelsey
technically
at the
everything
movies.
is Rachelsey sitting in these two chairs.
Okay, I don't. This is a rabbit hole. We're not going down it. Hey, like, comment, and subscribe, and you can get more of this excellent banter.
I was thinking about this movie recently and be like, well, what if this same movie had been made by Michael Bay?
Okay.
How would have that turned out? Like, it would have just been a lot of, like, pan shots and, like, gruesome violence. But, like, over the top.
All the women, like, just, like, scantily clad.
Megan Fox is in there for some reason. You're like, what's Megan Fox doing here? Anyway.
There's no guarantee the person watching this watched our Bad Boys for Life review. We're just bringing it up for no reason.
I thought it was fun.